from Studio A at 1 Biloxi Square in Fort Worth, Texas. Welcome in, everyone, to the Grandpa and Pappy Show. Post-election night coverage. I guess you can tell from my voice, we stayed up late last night.
Hadn't been this hoarse since Cowboys had a Super Bowl team.
I heard that. As of right now, there's still no winner proclaimed in the presidential election. It is very, very close, and there's about 5 states that have not declared a winner. If President Trump hits those 5, he'll be reelected.
Jackpot.
If not, there's going to be lawsuits, Pappy.
Oh, God.
Out the wazooty.
Well, it'll take them 4 more years to straighten the crap out, you know.
Well, yeah, you're probably correct there.
It's a mess.
The Democrats picked up a seat in the House and one in the Senate.
Yep.
So, thank God the Republicans, no? What?
I don't think they picked up one in the House. The Republicans picked up 4 in the
I
House.
know, but
But they still have majority in the House.
Oh, okay.
Or, it's like
The Democrats did.
Democrats.
Yeah.
They didn't pick up any seats. They lost seats.
Well, ain't that a shame?
But they still have the majority. So you can tell we're still kind of in a fog after staying up so late last night. So the question today that we're going to be talking about, what will happen if Biden is elected?
It all comes tumbling down.
And you guys, as usual, came through and you let us know exactly what was on your mind, which we appreciate so very, very much.
That's what this show's all about.
So you stayed up last night watching all this stuff?
About 10:15.
Yeah.
I finally crapped out. So,
I don't know, with the time change last weekend, I'm still trying to get over all this crap, get used to it.
yeah,
you know?
it's crazy. And actually, the Divine one didn't want to watch all the
Really?
the
That's unusual.
crap on TV. She knew we'd be in a fist fight before it even started. So, I have to admit that after I went to bed and I heard the first snort, I kind of turned the TV on and kind of dribbled around.
I got you.
Snooping
I got
around.
you.
Yeah.
As usual, though, you guys have come up with some good opinions.
They sure did. They step up.
They did.
Because they rock.
What will happen if Joe Biden is elected president?
I'll cry.
Yeah, well, a lot of us will, actually. Yeah. John Bossy said, God forbid it happens, but if it does, our only hope is holding on to the Senate. Yeah. My fear is that they will stuff enough ballot boxes to not only win the presidency, but the House and Senate as well. If he wins, we'll be out after 2 years and 1 day, if he lasts that long. In the interim, Harris and the socialists will be in control. The attempt to tax us into submission will begin.
Yeah, it's one way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Russell Curlin up in Wyoming said it's pretty simple with him. Loss of guns, socialism runs rampant, and greater attacks on Christians. I can go on and on. Janice Parker agreed by saying lockdowns, unemployment, mask forever.
That's scary.
Right there's enough to scare the hell out of me.
No kidding. Russell, you and Janice made some good points there.
Russell keeps his powder dry up there in Wyoming. I know him pretty well.
He does. Bradley Thomas said, I shudder to think it will happen, but there's a great possibility with the widespread fraud being perpetrated.
Yeah.
It is so frustrating to think normally honest, hardworking people can be enticed to commit fraud by falsifying ballots, obtaining Democratic votes illegally, or looking the other way when Republican ballots are destroyed or misplaced. It's a damn shame.
That is well said, Bradley. Mm-hmm. Well said. And Shirley Mills said, I'm trying not to think about it, but I think health insurance, food, and fuel will all go up in price. Social Security will have a higher premiums and will have an added tax on checks. Pretty much going to hell in a handbasket. I agree there, cuz.
Shirley, just tell us how you really feel there.
She'll do that.
Marie West Foster says, we will become a communist country. Johnny Berry agreed, saying besides that, we will become a dependent population on the government to provide, and removing any incentive for people to survive and prosper.
Yeah.
It could be the demise of the United States of America because some states may agree with socialism while other states will break away and revolt.
In a circumstance like that, what do you think the great state of Tejas would do?
Succeed.
Yeah,
Yep.
I really think so.
Yeah. Well,
They have it in their state constitution. I've heard it both ways.
yeah.
That when Texas rejoined the Union after the Civil War, that their constitution not only pledged their allegiance to the United States or the Union,
No.
but also held its own sovereignty just in case something
Just
happened.
in case, that's
Yeah.
right.
And I've heard it both ways. It's in there, and then I've heard it's not in there. So I haven't read the Texas Constitution, so I couldn't tell you.
Well, there's things in our U.S. Constitution that's not being abided by as well, so
Well, that's a
who
fact.
the hell knows? Donna Briggs Moss said, "Oh, my stars, it makes me shudder." He won't be president long. He'll be declared incompetent, and I can't even imagine how bad it'll be with her in charge.
Kamala Harris, of course, what they're talking
We know
about.
who the her is, or the hers.
The hers. Good point, Pappy. Daryl Riddle said something like Venezuela, but with a lot more violence. When men can't support their families, all hell will break loose.
Absolutely.
Mark Carrington added that it will be Baltimore all over again and all over the world.
That's a
And
fact.
it could be.
Yeah,
It could very well be.
I know it will be in this state. Judge Chris Wood up in Tennessee said they will move to impeach, and both Democrats and Republicans will do it. Ginger Lynch says she doesn't even want to think about it, much less find out. Well, you're going to find out.
Yeah,
Yep.
unfortunately. Well, John Bossy came back and said, here's how I see it. Within 1 year, the Second Amendment will be shredded. Socialized medicine will become the only option. Your 401k will be taxed into oblivion. The oil and gas industry will also be taxed into oblivion.
That'll be non-existent.
Well, that's saying it just like it is. It will make the disaster of the peanut farmer look tame. $6 a gallon for gas. All investigations of the Bidens, Clintons, and Obamas will disappear. Like I said before, he will be there. He will be there for 2 years and 1 day. Then it will really get bad.
Yep.
Boy, you're hitting it right on the being precise there, John boy.
Well, everybody's kind of got a general idea of the way it's going to go down.
I think so, yeah.
Marie Sanchez says her husband fears another revolution will occur in this country, which I agree with. Our grandparents fled Mexico because they feared where it was heading, and he couldn't make an honest living there. So he moved lock, stock, and barrel back to the United States because he had an opportunity to succeed, which he did. I'm afraid if Biden is declared the winner, the U.S. will become as Mexico and Venezuela are.
That's a
That's what he
very
said.
good point there,
Yep.
Marie. And you know, there's a lot of folks that have immigrated to the United States legally
Yeah.
that have fled their countries because of what the United States may be heading toward.
Yep.
So listen to what these people have gone through.
Yeah. They would know.
Good Lord, yes, they would.
They would know.
Your sweet one, Cassie Terry, said, have you seen California's rules for Thanksgiving this year? I think that's just a sneak peek of what can happen on a federal level if Biden is elected. We will be masked, separated, and quarantined for a long time. Our country will dwindle down to nothing.
That's well said, Cass. Well said, dear.
Good Lord of mercy.
Shad Hines says you will get to meet a sleeping giant. Kelly Rand Sexton said Harris will be president just as Pelosi.
Just as Miss Pelosi,
Not in my house.
Man, have mercy. Jerry Williamson said if we hold the Senate, the damage will be mitigated or migrated. If not, I am looking for a beach house in Costa Rica where there are no taxes on capital gains and you can live as an expatriate without having your savings taxed. Leslyn Murphy Pruitt told Jerry that she is already looking in Panama. Hi, Leslyn. How are you?
Tell Crawdaddy Crawford we said hey when you get out there, okay? Because that's exactly what he said about a week or two ago, isn't it? Jimmy Moss said that if Biden gets elected, I'm sorry to say our way of life may be gone. I'm sure there are Democrats that will show up their hands at that statement. But I honestly believe it could happen. It seems the left has infiltrated the Democratic ranks so heavily that they will convince Biden that it's the right thing to do. I know Harris will. It's a shame Americans can't see this coming on.
And that's the thing that gets me the most. You know, it's quite obvious that the left is wanting this country to go to socialism.
Oh, God.
And right now they are basically running the Democratic Party.
Well, they're crapping on their own foot.
That's true. I mean, we've had a few Democrats write in, and one this week that was a Democrat that just couldn't vote Democrat this year because of the way the party was going.
Yeah.
Now, why can't more people see that? That's common sense, Pappy.
Well,
there was the two words again.
Yeah, our two favorite words.
Yeah.
Oxymoronic words. I don't know. I think it's been heading that way probably ever since I've been around. That's my opinion, you know. But we just didn't see it because it wasn't pushed.
Or wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, it was a secret, like a secret agenda, you know, like they were working undercover or something. Darla Walker said there will be a civil war, and Brad actually said he'll move to Canada, eh? Well, good. If you find a hole in the fence, let me know and I'll come with you, Brad.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah.
Jimmy Moss said that if Biden gets elected, I'm sorry to say our way of life may be gone. I'm sure there are Democrats that will throw up their hands at that statement, and you've already read that. So, Jimmy, there you go. Jimmy Waldy said we are certain that taxes will raise. They will attempt to ban fracking and remove fossil fuels, attempt to limit gun ownership rights, increase welfare, try to make more less fortunate to become dependent on the government. The list goes on and on and on, and it will be tough times as our economy will begin to collapse and inflation will take hold.
Yeah.
Good Lord, good points there, Jimmy boy.
Scary sounding stuff.
Man.
Renee Cooper Francie said the stock market will crash harder than a Pan Am Flight 103. James Bostic agreed, saying that ain't all. All of us will see our 401ks, but all of us
disappear.
But it'll all but disappear with taxes, and those who are depending on that money for retirement will probably starve.
And that's what scares us.
Yeah.
It really does. And a lot of senior citizens that have retired and have their retirement sunk in 401ks.
Yep.
Now, there are people I understand that think Trump is manipulating the stock market. It's not. Really. It is not. And if he is, it's okay because the stock market under his presidency has soared.
Yeah.
Now, if it
Soaring
goes...
right now.
Yeah, it's still soaring right now.
Yeah,
What is your take on all this, Karen?
Well, I don't really know, but I will tell you the stock market's up 533 points.
As
right
we
now,
speak,
as of today, or at this point in time.
Right.
No wonder Helen was in a good mood when I left the house.
Well, it didn't start out that way.
The divine one is happy.
Yeah. so far.
My read on it, and I'm not a market expert, but my read is saying that they feel that Trump will eventually win.
Yeah.
So that's my take on it. But
Well, they said the same thing about Hillary too. So
you're going to see a lot of lawsuits. You're not going to know who the president is for a month.
Yeah.
Maybe two. So
Well, by God, I know who my president is. By
Well, he's
God,
a president until the next inauguration, so
That's
he's
true.
still our president.
Yes,
That's
he
true.
is. That's a good
Just
point.
because it's not decided today doesn't mean he's not our president.
that's a fact. Wouldn't it be nice if it could be decided that way and that quick? Well, kind of like it used to be.
that would be a unique thing, wouldn't it? What you got?
No, but I think and stuff with all the votes, they are going to have to revamp the voting, the way we vote.
Yeah.
It was always intact before this
Yeah.
election,
It was.
and why they went at the last minute and to change it.
Well, they're
Makes no
using
sense.
COVID as an excuse, is what they're doing,
Right.
to get all these mail-in ballots, which has never been done before. There have been mail-in ballots for those who cannot get around. I understand that, but just to mail them out to everybody,
Yeah.
and all the fraud that's going on, all of the ballots that's been
And the drive-
thrown away,
Yep.
in the trash can. Good Lord of mercy, we may never know.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, Sandy Layla Armistead said very quickly Biden will be removed and Harris will take over as planned. Then there will be war.
And I can't help but agree with her. I think one way or the other there's going to be some sort of a big ass revolution come down out of this.
And did you hear about all the rioting going on, protesting going on in all these big cities? They didn't even know who was going to win.
Yeah, they're already threatening to burn who is it? Michigan down.
Germany.
Minnesota.
Yeah, it's getting crazy. What you got?
So, not to be a conspiracy theorist, because I'm not.
You are too.
Do you think the revolution will be that California, Oregon, Washington State, and all the blue states will just, everybody else will succeed and have, like, what was it, Soviet Union, or that became Russia, and all these other different places?
Yeah.
And you think that could be a possibility down the road, that the states...
The Union of Soviet Socialist Republics.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
USSR.
So, well, you never know.
I
You
mean,
never
it
know
could
what's going to happen.
I mean, if Texas is capable of succeeding in the Union, why not? Mm-hmm. Let them have their own murk over there. I don't ever intend to go back over there anyway. I bet Jordan's having a hissy fit right now.
Oh,
He's up in Colorado.
yeah.
He's probably
That big
damn.
number 2 son, I bet he is in a tizzy.
He's
Yep.
probably driving around with his windows down and that pew-pew hanging out the window. Big Matt Bannister said, I've heard a lot of talk about there will be war. It's highly doubtful, although not out of all the realm of possibilities. Here's why. Conservatives work, and as the liberals will be somewhat satisfied, they won't be as anxious. The sad thing is that Biden will more than likely be president for an extremely short period of time.
Yeah.
They really want Harris not because of her far-left ideals, but because to have another first in the presidency, so they can use it against the right for years to come.
Yep.
We were the party to have our first black president, as well as your first female vice president and president. What has the Republican Party done? When she takes the POTUS, that's when the crap gets real. Yep. I agree, Matt.
That's a very interesting point of view, Matt, but it's very true. I tend to think about the same way as you do on that.
Well, I do too, but I think, and I don't call it war, revolution, war, whatever. I mean, anytime you got bullets flying, it's a war.
Mm-hmm. It'll be a shooting war, that's for sure.
I think the military will be involved in it because the other side is going to act like a bunch of jackasses and start burning and looting and doing stupid stuff like they've been doing.
Well, I heard the other day that the Black Lives Matter and Antifa have already planned massive protest and destruction, I guess you could say, of several cities.
I'm sure
and they had this planned months ago. And they don't even know who the president is going to be, the new one. Regardless of who gets elected, they're going to do that. And I think it's time that the president turns the good old boy network loose.
Yep. I think, yeah. I think that's been part of the plan as a last resort. I kind of got tickled. Zach Wilbur, buddy of ours. Did you see his post on our Facebook page this morning?
I have not.
Something to the effect of, he said, in regards to who wins, no, he said, if the Republicans win, said, could you looters do me a favor and snag me a 75-inch big screen TV? He said, I'm kind of new at this game. I don't know how it's going to work. So, get two of them. I could use one too.
That's funny. Zach, good point there, brother.
Yeah,
good point.
He's a character.
Let's see. Where are we at here?
Anna Marie.
Anna Marie Hollister said, I am glad I didn't vote early when I was going to, or I would have made the biggest mistake of my life. I'm a Democrat, and though I could see Biden sort of losing touch with reality at times, I was going to be loyal to my party.
Yeah.
But when all of the allegations began surfacing with his son and his possible part in it, I stopped to think. Then it was a speech I listened to by Kamala Harris that sealed the deal. I firmly believe that if she gets into office, she will influence Biden to go so far left that our country would be devastated. So I voted yesterday for the guy who at least is making sense.
And good for you, Anna Marie. I mean, more, irregardless to how you vote, there should be deep thought put into it. Don't vote for the man.
Or the party.
Vote for what he represents.
That's exactly
the American
correct.
people.
I couldn't say that better.
Yeah. And last but not least, Chrissy Hare Pollard said to hold on to your freedoms as they will be whittled away.
And that's probably the truth.
Well, they've been whittling away at them for quite a while. So, but
well,
yeah.
we have no clue. We have absolutely no idea, no clue when this is going to be drawn to a conclusion.
Yeah, well,
You
it's just like Special K said. Hell, we may not know for a month or two.
And that's very possible. We were talking this morning before you got here to the studio about the the first Bush election with all the hanging chads in Florida and stuff like this.
Talking about the bushwhack election.
The bushwhack. Yeah.
Bushwhacked.
There you go. But it wasn't called for how long? And because it finally went to the courts.
How long?
Several weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know how many weeks, but it was a while.
Yeah.
I don't think it went into the next year.
And it finally was settled in the court. They said that it was
Court.
legal. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was legal.
I believe.
Well, hell, half them I don't trust anymore anyway. So.
Well, I trust the Supreme Court. I don't trust the FBI or the Justice Department anymore. That's for damn
I
sure.
think they're all in bed together myself.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at some of the viewer comments, Pappy, that we got in. And as usual, Pappy and I want to thank you very much
You guys.
for coming up with your opinions.
Very insightful comments.
Absolutely. And it gets me to thinking. Some of your opinions get me to really thinking about what you've said because it makes so much sense.
Some of your opinions makes me all scared.
Scared.
Scared and stuff. But it is what it is, and it'll be what it'll be until it's changed.
Yeah,
So
that's true. David Isget said, I'm a new subscriber.
welcome aboard, brother.
And I'm liking it. We also want to welcome Bambi Nunez, Romani Jayaraman, Phil Anselmo, and Daisy Johnson for subscribing to the Grandpa and Pappy Show. Welcome aboard.
Yeah, welcome all you new members. We
Absolutely.
love having you along.
Absolutely.
Love having you along. Let us hear from you. 'Cause we're always taking show topic opinions and,
Absolutely. And at
We read 'em all.
the end of the show, we'll tell you exactly how to get your opinions into us.
it's very easily done.
It's very easy.
Speaking of David Isget, he wrote on YouTube that he is so glad to hear you fellers from down in the low country. By God. That deserves by God for you there, David. Just discovering y'all, but I'd like to learn your story, like from where you broadcasted and such things. You sound like we grew up the same. I'm known as Uncle Wormy. Uncle Wormy?
I'm not going there.
We might be related. Well, we're two old parts that come up out of radio in East Texas.
We did.
He was a sportscaster. I was a Peckerwood country music DJ. And kind of bumped into each other here in Lake Worth, Texas, a few years down the road, and we found out we used to listen to each other's shows. So
Yeah, never met.
about the same time, yeah.
And that was one of those fortunate things that good Lord throws in our path.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. And
Well,
that's how this show came about.
All been compadres ever since. We talked
Absolutely.
about it, what, a couple of years, 2 or 3 years, and then
Two.
decided finally to bust a move and do something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but thanks for asking about that, brother.
Marcus Smith said the show on the Hunter Biden mess hit the nail on the head. I believe you're going to see a great storm coming toward Joe Biden and his whole
Yeah.
family. Just watch. It's going to hit the fan hard any day.
I'll tell you what, it's starting to come down. They're starting to let bits and pieces of it out. So
Well, yeah, you're right.
I think before it's over, they will have pictures and all kind of stuff, you know. Daryl Riddle commented on our show about Facebook jail, and he says he likes it when he gets put in there because I know I've told the truth. Well, all I can say, Daryl, is I must be one honest son of a gun.
I was waiting for that,
That's
boy.
where I spend most of my time. I've got the medals to prove it.
Yes, you do. Sandy Patterson finally says she watched our show on Friday when we talked about the Dallas Cowboys. She said, I'm a lifelong fan, but it has become really hard to watch my boys.
Yeah.
They just don't seem like they want to play, and that is Jerry's fault.
Well, I'll give Jerry due credit for most of it, but I think it's a sign of the times, you know, the BLM and Antifa crap and all the kneeling.
Yeah.
And
Did you
spitting on the American flag kind of stuff.
incidentally, right quickly, did you see where the NBA commissioner said, okay, you boys have had your protesting all year. Next year, we're down to business
That's
because
right.
they have lost $1 billion
more than that.
in revenue.
More than that.
And TV ratings are down to around 40%. So
Well,
if that don't send a message to them, nothing will.
I'm kind of like Pops. I've never been a big round ball fan. I mean, I was back in the Harlem Globetrotter days, you know. And back when Larry Bird was playing, I'd watch
yeah.
Larry Bird. He was the man.
Bird and
but-
Johnson.
Just like Pappy used to tell me, I think you ought to give them both 100 points and 2 minutes to play. You know, that'll cut down. That's what it comes down to.
Seems like it, doesn't
It's
it?
tied 100 to 100 with 2 minutes. We'll be back after this message. I mean, what the hell?
Well, it's been a fun day today.
It has.
And certainly we wish that we could tell you who the new president of the United States is, but it's going to be up in the air, as you've heard us talk about
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll maybe something on Friday, hopefully, maybe not. You never know.
Maybe something in December.
Yeah,
Who knows?
maybe so.
Yeah.
Hey, Pappy touched on it just a few minutes ago. If you want to send in your recommendations for a topic for a show,
Yeah.
or you just want to send in your opinion on a question that's been asked on our Facebook page,
We'd love hearing from you.
absolutely, it's very simple.
check it
Right
out.
over my shoulder here, Grandpa and Pappy at gmail.com,
That's certainly one good way to do it, compadre.
or
Or you can go directly to our website, our show website at www.grandpaandpappy.com. That's grandpa with the letter N,
yep,
pappy.com, and hit that big red button there and subscribe. You know, I mean,
just like all these folks did last week.
you can leave your comments, your remarks, your thumbs up, thumbs down, or whatever, even complaints. I mean, we read them all.
Yes, we do.
We read them all. Some of them we like, some of them we don't, but
Hey, we read them.
it's your show.
It
we
is.
we just throw it out there, okay?
And if you'd like to see what the question of the day is, just simply go to the Grandpa and Pappy Facebook group page.
They can get there from the website as well.
Yes,
Just hit
they
the
can.
Facebook button. Got Instagram and all that stuff too.
It certainly does. And you can read a lot of these opinions that we read on our show before it airs or you can add your opinion into it.
That's all we ask is be nice when you're on the Facebook page.
We're going to have a little fun
Play
on
fair.
Friday, Pappy.
What are we gonna
We're not going to talk politics all
Say it
show.
isn't so.
Yeah,
We're
because
not talking about Dallas Cowboys again. are we?
no, I don't want to depress our audience or
I'd damn
anything.
near rather talk about politics than them.
On a lighter side, we ask our lovely viewers out there the question: who is the teacher or coach who influenced you the most?
Yeah.
Not your parents, but the teacher or coach who influenced you most. And just like they have every other time, bam.
Actually, it's the person that influenced you.
Or the person.
Well, the person would be my pops.
Teacher, coach, person.
Military,
Yeah.
Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It'd
Yeah.
be my dad, but
It's a
that's
very
not
good-
allowed. But
That's a very good choice.
I'd have to say it's Coach Pybus at Caprock High School.
There you go.
PYBUS.
There you go.
He's a
We'll
bad
talk
motor
about
scooter.
this on Friday with all of you. In the meantime, take care of yourself.
Oh, by the way, and all you new members, you need to know we've got T-shirts, Grandpa and Pappy Show T-shirts.
Yes, we do.
$20 a pop plus shipping, and might even chunk in a couple of goodies just for you signing up and coming
He's
on
good
board
at
with
that.
us.
He likes to throw in those extra
Kind of
goodies.
guy I am. I like wasting money.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah, just hit us up on our show page, website, or email, or private message me. It's easy to find out who I am from the show page.
Yep.
Or Jack or Special K, and we'll be more than happy to hook you up so you can represent, by God.
There you go. So Friday,
Yeah.
we have a great show coming up for you. In the meantime, we want you to hug your kids and let them know you love them.
Better let them know we love them right here at the Grandpa and Pappy Show, too, by God.
Absolutely. We hope you have a real good rest of your day, and we will see you back on Friday with another edition of the Grandpa and Pappy Show.
Take care of one another and hang tough. Keep your powder dry.
That's right. So until then, we'll see you. Be safe. Take care of each other, and we'll see you.
Later.
Bye-bye.